Okay, so AFC South quarterbacks, who are we seeing this weekend? What do you got for me right now?
There's certainly a lot going on right now. Trevor Lawrence was on the practice field today, which is a good sign because then if he can upgrade from a limited capacity to a full capacity on Saturday, there's at least a chance that he could end up playing on Sunday. Again, you got to make big decisions on this too in terms of, do you want to put him out there even if he gets medically cleared? Most coaches would say once the independent urologist signs off, you're going to have him on the field. But there's a lot of different things that go into this in terms of how your brain and your body react to making their way through the protocol. Same thing with CJ Stroud. He's going on 2 weeks of this here, so no expectation that we see him on the field, although D'Amico Ryans yesterday kind of laughed off a question about whether we see Stroud again this season. Does not sound like they're concerned about a long-term issue. And then you got Will Levis, who was on the practice field today. I think we've seen Mike Vrabel do this a number of times, having somebody at least out there to take a couple of reps in order to create the appearance that perhaps the player could go. But considering the fact that this was an injury that the broadcast crew would not even show a replay of during the day, the fact that it's a sprained ankle and he's practicing, at least in some capacity, 5 days later would give you a decent degree of confidence that a player who, let's be honest, he quite possibly could be the quarterback of the future in Tennessee, that even if he doesn't play this week, should get back this season.
Do we see Tyreek Hill against the Cowboys? What do you think?
Everything sounds like it's trending in a positive direction right now for Tyreek Hill. He's been back on the practice field the past couple of days. There was a chance that he was going to go last week. He went through that pregame workout, just wasn't doing a lot side to side at that point. So certainly sounds like barring a setback, you'll see Tyreek this week. Doesn't help fantasy owners like me who lost last week, plugging in Rashid Shaheed for Tyreek at the last second. But hey, for those people in the playoffs, Tyreek's, it seems like he's ready to help you out.
Okay, I see what you're saying right there. And JaMarr Chase, how long do you think he's out, Tom?
They're hoping that it's not a lot more beyond this game. They knew pretty early on, once he underwent the testing, that he was not going to be able to be out there this week. You're getting down to that point in the season too, Rich, where an injury that maybe if this were week 3, week 4, week 5, you're saying, okay, he's going to miss 2-3 games. Now that you're down to the end here, as long as somebody is medically cleared, in other words, the doctors say it's okay for you to play, you do have a little bit more license as the player to say, I want to be out there. For the team to be perhaps more open to, I don't want to say taking chances, because I don't think that you're taking chances medically, but if you get the sign off that you're able to be out there, it would not surprise me at all if you see Chase continue to push and he's back out there before the regular season. So
why are teams releasing players right now? Like I just saw Sebastian Joseph Day is now on the market. I mean, what's the point of it? It's not like cap ramifications, is it? I mean, how do these things work? Because I mean that's a guy who can show up on a playoff team tomorrow and make a difference. Tom,
no question. There's a couple of different reasons the teams release players after the trade deadline. One being if you are trying to get some money back, because if a player, let's say, has several $1 million still guaranteed for the rest of the season, another team, if they claim off waivers, they pick up the whole contract. If he clears waivers, then you sign him. You at least get out from under however many hundreds of thousands of dollars would be on the minimum salary. The other part of it, and I don't know which of these is the case with Sebastian Joseph Day as of now, but there's other times where it's a player's like, listen, we're eliminated from the playoffs. I'm probably not going to be around here next year either. I want to go and play for a different team. The Chargers are, going into their first game with a new head coach with Giff Smith taking over. Obviously, JoJo Wooden's been making moves as the interim GM. You're down toward the end of this thing. They're just trying to find ways to put it together. Certainly an interesting move because, along with Justin Houston, Jason Pierre-Paul, Zach Ertz, you got some name players that are out there right now, and they're all trying to figure out. One thing, too, Rich, you have to remember, even though you have offsets in your regular season money, the player does a deal for the playoffs. There are no offsets there. So for guys who are still making money right now, your real your opportunity to cash in is once you get to playoff time and you get your playoff shares in full.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.